humble abode there,
right.
Troy.
Kansas.
And her name is Sharita Vine. Hello, Sharita.
Hi, hello. How are you?
Well, I am just fine. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Well, listen, we happy to have you here. Now, my understanding is that a little bit ago, you were, as you characterized it, dragged kicking and screaming to a showing of Maafa21, and you didn't want to go. And something went wrong at that screening. What happened?
Well, I don't know that anything went wrong. I guess something went right because I went with a close friend of mine that's pro-life, and she's been a friend of mine for more than 15 years, and she's my BFF, as they say. And
right.
She had told me, I knew it was about abortion, but, you know, I was kind of tired. I'm like, I'm done with it. I know abortion's bad, but, you know, I'm just tired of the constant whining about it, blah, blah, blah. So I went and watched it, and I was just completely blown away. And I was angered at everything that was in there, and I just felt compelled to do something. So I immediately decided, you know, even before seeing the full movie, when they took the intermission that they took, I decided, I was like, well, we've got to do something about this problem. I mean, it's terrible, and I decided that I wanted to start demonstrating, and that's what we did. We started demonstrating. I started a demonstration. I named it the We Must Survive demonstration, meaning we as, you know, people of African descent, we must survive. And it went really well. We did the demonstration for 6 weeks, and it really impacted the Kansas City area, and it got the word out about black genocide and about the documentary.
I want to know what is the defining line where she goes and sees it against her will, really, and responds this way, and that person responds that way.
Because they're sold out. These people are sold out to the abortion lobby. The Sister Song people are completely sold out to the abortion lobby.
No matter what, no matter what the truth.
Criticized it long before they even saw it.
Right.
I'm not even sure they've seen it yet.
To use an Al Gore statement, it's an inconvenient truth.
Right.
Now, Sharita, you had another experience at a McDonald's. What was that about?
Well, I go to a discussion group every Friday called Eggs and Enlightenment that meets every Friday morning here in Kansas City on the Missouri side. And this was after we'd already done the 6 weeks of demonstrating, and there was a young lady behind the counter that was visibly pregnant, and I knew her baby was going to be due, and she told me she was due in December. She was African American, and so, you know, I gave her a copy of the documentary for herself to watch, and she had it at home, and unbeknownst to me, she had a sister that was a couple years older than her that was also pregnant. Well, the sister, who was, you know, maybe a month along, watched it before she did, and that sister was about to have an abortion, but she chose not to once she saw the documentary.
Wow.
Praise
Right.
God.
Yeah, and I went to their house, and I talked to them about the film, and she watched it herself also after her little girl was born. And, you know, her sister was pregnant with the second child and already had a son that was about to turn 3 years old, and that's why she was contemplating getting an abortion. And so, you know, I told her that the impact that it's having on the black community and our population growth, that we're on the decline due to abortions. And so she's going to have the baby. She's 4.5 months pregnant now. She's due in July. And then the young lady I did give the film to, she had her little girl the very end of November. So it's going good, and they're telling all of their other female friends about the film and everything. So I was glad that I was able to help her out in that way, help both of those young ladies out.
Wow.
Rita, you are an example of a person that gets something done after seeing Maafa21. I have a major question. Halfway through it, you said you made up your mind that you had to do something.
Yes, just seeing the first half where they took the intermission break, where the words come on the screen, where after they ask the people on the street what's the #1 cause of abortion, and then the words come up on the screen saying, you know, that abortion is the #1 killer of African Americans. That's where they took the intermission. And, you know, they took a 15-minute break. We came back in, and, you know, I was really stoked to see the second half, and I was angry. I mean, I was just so angry. you know, all the racism that's portrayed, and you know, we're just continuing. I mean, I just felt like, you know, any black person that decides to be with the pro-choice movement, you may as well go back to the cotton field and pick cotton if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sign up to exterminate your own race, I mean, I just can't fathom that, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, we've got to do something. And so I've told everyone I know about Maafa21. Every chance I get, I give the cards out, and I do talk about it even when, you know, during the winter months we're not demonstrating. But we will be back out there again with the We Must Survive demonstration. So, yeah, this film is excellent. It had a great impact on me, and I did some further research on my own and looked up many of the books that have been mentioned and have been reading them and just trying to educate people about what's going on here, because if, you know, any population that doesn't replace itself will become extinct. And, you know, for black females, our birth rate is only 1.9, where nationally the birth rate is 2.1. Well, any population that doesn't replace itself, I mean, you're going to eventually die off, and that's the state that we're in. And we've got to do something about it. Change has to be made now. We all must wake up. Black people need to wake up.
Well, you know, it looks like not only are you guys going out, but it sounds like you're getting some support from other groups like this. The Black United Front is also going to start joining your protest. Is that right?
Yes, the National Black United Front, the Kansas City chapter. I did show the film to them a month ago, and they watched it and they enjoyed it, and they're going to have a discussion about it this coming week. And they said that they're going to come out and demonstrate once the weather breaks. We're going to start the demonstration up probably next month or early April when it's warm enough. And I'm just really excited about it because, you know, the demonstration got a lot of attention, even with just maybe 15 or 20 of us standing there. But now it's going to be more than twice that many standing there. When everyone shows up, it's really going to be good. And the other groups of people I've been talking to, I mean, when all those people get out there, it's really going to be something. And even the 2 girls that were pregnant, I mean, they've even said that they want to get out there and demonstrate. And which one, I'm really excited about that because the one young lady, you know, she's going to be visibly pregnant standing out there when we go out there next month. And I'm just, Planned Parenthood, I know they're not going to like it, but hey, I mean, we stood out there, and every time we stood out there on the corner, they would call the police on us to try to intimidate us, but we're in the public domain. We're not trespassing. It's a peaceful demonstration. And it went really well, and I'm really excited about waking people up and saving more lives.
Good.
Oh, thank you, Sharita.
Well, thank you so much for what you're doing, Sharita, and anything that we can do here at Life Dynamics to make your life easier, you don't hesitate to call us because you're on the front lines. We just produce the tool. You're the one that's out there using it. So we just so much appreciate what you're doing and appreciate your being here with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, Sharita. Bye-bye.
Thank you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See, that's a sister that watched it, Mark, and she was angry.
Yeah. Yeah, righteous indignation. You got to have that in a movement like this. And see, that's one of the things that I think that over the years has kind of gotten dull in the pro-life movement. We don't have that fire in the belly, righteous indignation like we had 30 years ago. You know, it's long gone. And so now that's kind of being rekindled now with this fresh group of people coming in.
It's exciting.
It is. It's really exciting.